James Howell. Welcome to the Deltahead stream. It is, what does it say, behind the Dreamcast disc lid that's open. So it is 1/16/2021, and tonight we're going to do part 3 of Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. When we last left Raziel in Nosgoth, he was about to fight the second boss, one of his former sworn brothers. Kind of a combination of sworn brother / soul brother, from having received a portion of Kain's soul and having been made vampiric. So we're right at the start of that boss fight, so that'll be a lot of fun. Pre-game show here. I kind of switched gears from Tom Cox to I don't seem to have it with me. The Nakano thrift shop. Which has, I don't know, it's kind of slice of life-ish, but is carrying itself with a kind of poetic sort of abstraction, by which I mean, it tells its story, it gives the concrete details you need to be able to visualize it and to sort of see it in your mind, but it also leaves the important parts unsaid. And there is a passage. Actually, hold on. This is actually worth going to grab. So let me go to the other room and get the book. I'll be right back. Oh. Alright, here we are. So, this is describing two of the main characters' interactions after a date that ends on a note of kind of unfulfilled ambiguity. They're both kind of socially awkward, so let's see. When I got back to my apartment, the light was blinking on my answering machine. The message was from Takeo. "Sorry, that was fun," was all that he said. There was no modulation in his voice. In the background, I could hear the station announcements. While I listened to the recording, I tore the lid off the pudding and ate it little by little. I rewound the message 3 times, listening to the sound of Takeo's voice, and then I carefully pressed the erase button. And there's a lot going on in just those couple of passages. Sorry, that was fun, is an amazing statement that does so much to characterize and also leaves so many questions open, right? Is he apologizing that it was fun? Is he apologizing for something that he said to convey that he thought that it wasn't fun? I think it is the latter in this case, but still very evocative. And the fact that, she's kind of eating this little cup of pudding bit by bit, kind of spoonful by spoonful. And Takeo does, in fact, leave a spoonful-size message on the answering machine that is about as gratifying as a cup of pudding, or as nourishing, at any rate. And then carefully pressing the erase button as sort of like this thoughtful rejection of the whole thing. There's kind of a beautiful punctuation there, sort of a closing off that leaves things as though nothing had happened. It was kind of like there's a lot going on, but in the end it's kind of a 0-calorie moment, and that's really interesting. But so the quality of writing is excellent. Normally I'm not very much a slice of life reader. Prefer kind of the mythology, legends, that sort of thing. But this is doing good work. Let's see. And in acquisitions this week, it's very exciting. This game, which is Moonlight Syndrome, one of Suda's early writing and design games by Human Entertainment, so that's going to be a lot of fun. I also got, don't fall, cool, Demento, which is the Japanese release of Haunting Ground, which is obscenely expensive now. And this is about the only edition that is anywhere near reasonably priced. And I also found this. This is kind of cool. I found my my old physical copy of Sega Gaga, which I was sort of surprised when I opened it and found not the disc but the Utopia boot disc instead of, you know, the actual thing. So fortunately I remember the friend that I lent it out to, and I've reached out to them and they're kindly complying to send it back. But yeah, looking forward to getting this back. Also, this thing goes for a crazy amount on eBay. It's like $300 or something. It's ridiculous. So, which, you know, my interest in these things is not really as a collector to have them for the sake of having them, but because they are informational, inspirational. The scholars sort of scholars motivation. So, but yeah, this seems like a good time to jump on into Legacy of Kain. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna close this disc tray and we'll be off. So let me lift this fella up here. Still in tilt down position from when we were doing the light gun stream last time. There we go. And let's hope nothing falls to pieces as I move this to get my controller. Excellent. God, it's getting so fluffy. Now, the poor little orange light that's at the sort of pyramid head of my Dreamcast's disc lid, it is fading, and sometimes it sort of fades real low and then glows back up, and I don't think it's supposed to do that. I think that's a sign that it is in fact now retro. All right.
Seek out Zephon's lair, Raziel. Beyond the ruins that greet your exit from the underworld. Armed with the Soul Reaver, you may gain entry where your path was previously blocked.
Alright, so I've already done that. And we need to go to the teleport room so I can zip over to Zephon's lair. I should be right at start of the area where his, you know, his boss fight is. And now let's see if I can just remember which rune it is. See, maybe if I'm hoping these are in sequential order, so if I keep going backward, the first one that's active should send me to Zephon's lair. All right. Oh, I gotta materialize. Yeah, I'm seeing all the webbing, and I think this is exactly where I need to be. It was a little bit of a heart attack when you start at the very beginning, and you hope that you did in fact save all of your progress. Here we are.
Come to test me again, brother? I grow weary of your meddling.
I really like that he has a different voice clip for when you return to him after saving. Okay. So boss is probably a puzzle, as the last one was, so let's see how to get Zephon's goat. He does like to stab. Okay. And he likes to stab and get things stuck in the ground, so that's useful to know. Oh, cool. Oh, whoa, what? Zephon is part in this realm, too? Buster. Yeah. What conditions... Under what conditions will Zephon show up? Okay, he seems to fade in, then fade back out. And I'm not sure what, if anything, that indicates. Okay. Yeah, there we go. What do I do with this? Oh! I bet I set it on fire and then throw it at him. This is probably gonna hit me. Woo! Takes a chomp at you. Okay, I feel like I gotta like stuff the burning thing back in there. Little jerks. I got things to do. Okay, that's how to do it. It's, top button. That's it. Well, sir? There we go. Evening, Dream Bomb. It's good to see you. I think I am about to beat this boss. I will... It's gonna be the third time that I do this. Alright.
Consuming Zephon's apostate soul has bestowed on you a new gift. Like his vampire spawn, you're able to scale certain walls which are otherwise impassable, but only in the physical realm. In the spirit world, these insubstantial edifices will not support you.
I like how the physical edifices are insubstantial rather than the other way around, because you would think that, you know, if you're a ghost, you would be the one that's you know, at the less reliable weight. And thank you, Dreambomb. How are you tonight?
In the mountains beyond the pillars, Nosgoth's cataclysms have exposed an ancient crime. Endowed with Zephon's soul, you may now progress where your path was hitherto impeded.
Okay. So, let's go back to the start and go north, past the Pillars of Nosgoth. Oh, well, good luck. What are the subjects? Oh, I didn't mean to... Well, whatever. This is basically where I want to be. Database management. Oh, cool. That makes sense for you. I guess, like, I didn't have a specific set of interests in mind, kind of like when I kind of referenced Dream Balm in my head, but, I mean, you have a very, you have a solid understanding of games, and so, some aptitude for logic and organization is definitely called for. But maybe I should ask, is this something that you like, or is it just something you're studying for? Oh yeah, those are wildly different. Alright, back to the material realm. Because you know, the two obviously are not incompatible. You know, I got my degrees in English language and literature. Do I need to be in the material, physical realm for this? I think I need to be spiritual realm. But also went on to, at one point got a CCE&T for Cisco engineering and was a certified network engineer for a while. I have since let that pass, have let that lapse, but, you know, the Switch in my closet, not the Nintendo Switch, but, you know, the networking device, is a testament to the fact that I did enjoy it very much. Cool. What sort of aspect of that avenue are you in it for? Actually, this... I think this might just be the way to Zephon's lair. I don't know if this is where I want to go. There we go. So this should be the entrance to the cathedral. It is. And I actually don't need to go that way. Jerks. Oh, I must have missed this gate the last time. Let's try walking through here. That's excellent. Where the hell am I? I wish these symbols meant a little more to me at first glance. I don't really, actually maybe there is a glossary. Don't fall down. Cool. Well, good luck on doing the stuff you gotta do to get to where you want to go, even if it's not the most interesting part of the journey. Warp gates. Glyphs. 6 glyph altars hidden throughout Nosgoth, associated with an elemental glyph or spell. You solve the the puzzle of the altar. You're rewarded with an elemental glyph. Okay, I haven't found any of those yet. But it does have a list of things here. I don't know if that is exactly the most useful guide to get to where I want to go. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. Right there, if you see. So hopefully I can make use of that. I do notice that there are more glyphs at the warp areas than I'm seeing here. So maybe those portals have a combination of things. And I agree with you. And yeah, making a shift between different disciplines is absolutely a challenge, and kudos to you for making the leap. And even, you know, I can tell you from my experience of going the route of, you know, the network engineering certification, and then ultimately not going into networking, the information and the perspective and knowledge gained is among the most useful non-art specialized knowledge that I have. I really don't think you can ever go wrong knowing more about technology, especially digital communications technology right now. Yeah, I love manuals. Oh, I bonk someone with this. I'm sure I can, but I think that I need to... Can I push this? Push a button. No, I cannot. So he did say beyond the Pillars of Nosgoth, and the Pillars of Nosgoth were where I fought Kain. So let's try back here and see what happens. Oh, cool! Are those the vampires I killed before? Does it remember that I threw them in the water? Do you mean the Soul Reaver, like the Wraith Blade? I love the zap. Yeah, it's super cool. Kind of feel like the sequels struggled a little bit to match the fact that, you know, skill and ability progression are an integral part of the way the Soul Reaver games sort of unfold, but also, I mean, just the skills that you get and the way that you get them are very Mega Man-y in this, and they're also very narratively impactful. So it's yeah, this music. So it's a hard act to follow.
Like a corpse in a shallow grave, corruption rises to the surface. Beyond these pillars, the defiled victim mutely screams its outrage.
Yeah. While we're listening to this, because this music is absolutely worth giving time to during a stream, I will show you this that I also enjoy. Or, like, this is a manual that needs to be hefty because it's got the RPG element, it's got the sort of like business simulation part, and I actually pulled the staples out of this a long time ago so I could scan it in for the somewhat wayward translation project. But yeah, it's got like the RPG mode there, just super text heavy, but the weight and heft of it really gives you a sense of how meaty the game is. And you've got the sim mode here. All your different potential developers you can have assigned to tasks. I do hope this gets finished up one day. But that is the definition of a slow burn. Oh, don't do that. Utopia boot disk. Let's see. What do these things do? Oh, that charges. Oh, I bet these charge up different different facets. Do you speak or read Japanese, Dreambalm? Would love to have a compass in this game. Yeah, I've spoken with more than one person, to my surprise, who has told me that that game, Sega Gaga, was the reason that they decided to learn Japanese. It has inspired more than one person to jump in. Okay, so I thought the pillars were my frame of reference, but apparently not. Yeah, man, Sega fans. If Viper shows up, he will be able to testify to to their devotion. So I think I remember an area that was just past the waterfall where Raziel got, you know, dunked by Kain, and so let me go back there and see what I can find. Well, if you want another Suda-focused inspiration, this came in the mail a few days ago, which is Moonlight Syndrome, and I believe there's a fan translation in the works, but as I can say of somebody who has got very long stalled fan translation on my hands, you might just invest the time waiting on that to learn the damn language. Yeah. So, but yeah, the reason why I was sort of drawn to Moonlight Syndrome is the moon and diseases caused by the moon are a very big part of the Fatal Frame 4, Fatal Frame installment that Grasshopper and Suda did. And I'm just very curious to know, like, what role. Where's my spawn point here? Very curious to know what role the moon plays in Moonlight Syndrome, to see if there's, you know, not necessarily a narrative connection, but sort of aesthetic, textural connection. Moonlight Syndrome has an extra bit of challenge to it because it is a PS1 game, and the kanji is a little bit lower res than might be easy to read. All right, let's see if I can grab hold of this. I cannot. Great. Maybe I should have experimented first with how to use it. Oh, Blood Plus, that's right. I didn't that come out? That was kind of like PS2 era, I want to say. Yeah, the moon seems to have a special value for Suda, that and that sort of obsession over an image I find very interesting. I wonder if the circularity is something that is meaningful, because a lot of his narratives do involve rebirth and the like. Oh, I didn't mean to fall that far, crud. "2006, that sounds right. I thought that that's where I need to go, but maybe I'm wrong. And there is something I can climb using my newfound abilities up here. Seems there is not. It's probably a good time to save the game since I did beat the boss. There we go. No, I'm not going to waste time on that. There we go. Maybe there's a wall over here that I can climb. Oh, it inspired Siren, really? I did not know that. Siren is, the Siren creates so much tension I can barely play it. And in fact, I have not beaten it to this day for that very reason. Oh, cool. Actually, I don't think I've gotten far enough into Siren to see that there is a single protagonist. Right now, it's just kind of a collection of players, of characters. I think it is really interesting that the localization apparently is just entirely like UK English, because all the characters have the accents. I think I've gone backwards. Oh, wait. Okay. kind of taking a look at his animation here and appreciating that a bit. I really like the way they let Raziel move here. No, it was a secret, not the progression forward. Alright. So this is the way to the dude whose level I just beat. So I gotta go back. I might need to look this up because I might have a better like spatial recall if I were playing this game like every day, but doing it once a week isn't doing my recall or sense of physical locations any favors. Although, let's check up here. As Raziel struggles to figure out how to open the door. Do I swing my sword at it? Do I smash my face against it? How do door? They sure do. I forgot Vagrant Stories box puzzling. Man, what a great game that is. Really good atmosphere. Okay, by process of elimination, this has to be at least part of the direction I go in. So if I can find someplace around here that lets me climb a wall, golden. Oh, I like that sound effect. I wonder, in general, I'm not much of a box puzzle person, so I kind of don't know what the designer headspace is that makes that interesting to make, which is not to say it is uninteresting, just saying it's outside of my instincts, so I'm curious to know why people make them. Evening, Mirth. It's good to see you. I am currently wandering around trying to locate the next step forward. How are you tonight? Oh, I am one health piece away from increasing my max health, which means that if I grab this one that's up here, we can actually see what the tightening Dreamcast spiral of my health meter looks like. And I recall thinking it looked pretty cool. Alright, here we go. it did nothing. There we go. Okay, no, that makes sense. That it would only increase the spiral of my meter while I'm living because it would be kind of obnoxious to make me have to fill my meter even more than the bare minimum to return to the world of the living. Since that's kind of a, that's the punishment place. Zen is a good thing to feel. Okay, this is not the way I need to go. Evening, Viper. I'm glad to have summoned you. I was just mentioning you a little while ago. We were talking about reasons to acquire Japanese, and I mentioned that I know more than one person who actually picked up Japanese as a language specifically to be able to play Sega Gaga, and said that Sega fans are a particular brand of dedicated, pun unintended, and that you yourself would be able to testify to that. Alright. So I need a place to go. Raziel needs something to do. A club to join. A Meals on Wheels program to offer his afternoons to, because he has no place to go. I want to say that that's where I need to go, but I can't seem to grab onto that fallen bridge, and I don't think that my coasting gets me there. Give another shot. Indeed, I was correct. Raziel? Buddy, you stuck. Maybe I need to go this way. There seems to be something up there that I cannot tilt my camera to see. It looks like a set of bars that I could phase through. But I cannot reach it, so let's see where this takes us. Okay, nothing that way. I appear to be in a place that is totally underwater in the physical realm. Oh? Is this a place? I think this is a place! Very good. Literally the last possibility I could have exhausted while trying to find my way forward. But at least I explored. Poke. Let's see, is there a wall to climb over here? I see no such thing. Let's see what it goes. Maybe there's a teleportation room here. And Viper, that came up because while hunting around a bit I found this, which was a nice thing to locate. Can I grab? I can grab! Do I need to switch, make the blocks switch places? What's my story here? In fact, I do still have it. As well, I was able to locate the person to whom I lent the actual disc. I spoke with them today, and they're gonna mail it back to me. It's a bit of a heart attack. No satisfying click indicating that I solved the puzzle. So, but let's see what happens anyway. Yeah, I know. I keep hoping that one day the time will make itself available, as will the resources. What color of saber denotes a solved block puzzle? Because I would really like to find that one now, please. Maybe the symbol needs to be outward facing. Also, I'm curious, is that like Star Wars lore? I don't know a lot about Star Wars. Man, I swear, I think half the time I spend on puzzles in this game is spent trying to determine if I am getting enough feedback from the game to tell me that that I'm on the right path. Is there like something up here I need these things to reach? That's a possibility. That's... Aha! That's it. Go down in one punch. Oh man.
The human citadel, its towering walls and deep moats engineered to keep Nosgoth's vampire plague at bay.
Seems awfully deep into the citadel to have gotten. Before I get that, oh, but okay, so I can't go in the front door, but I can parachute over here. That's what that...
Though the city was well fortified against vampires, its human architects hadn't considered a breach by a creature such as myself.
I also don't think this is exactly where I need to go. Can I hit you from here? Oh man. These guys don't seem to be attacking me. Maybe I don't need to kill them. Rest in peace, my tutorializing friends. Oh, sorry, force of habit. Oh, cool! I can siphon off their soul like a vampire, except for their soul. Which, I don't know if they get back in the same way that you generate blood. I don't know if I'm like doing like permanent personality damage to this man or not. Well, okay. Sorry, hope you still remember math. You still feel things. Maybe. It's just life energy is sort of a hard thing to sort of quantify what the consequences of that are. Weird. Okay, I won't harass them for their life energy without need. Regardless, I still don't think this is necessarily where I need to go for the way forward. It was the only option available to me, so maybe that's something. Oh, that's cool. They're non-combatants, but they still have a variety of responses. This guy's putting up his dukes. Come on, I'll moiderize you. Well, I don't know if I can really say that I've done the same tonight swimming, but partial souls, thank you very much. There's still enough to go to heaven. Or whatever passes for it in this world. Oh, this is cool. Whoa! They had a vampire kind of jailed here? That's kind of cool. Oh yeah, exactly. This is therapy. Definitely therapy. Okay, I see. Need to flip these blocks up there. Gonna do the same thing. Viper that is a very, very gothy notion that I think is absolutely perfect for Raziel's almost adolescent levels of angst and being mad at Vampire Dad. legacy of Kain's just a really good retirement package. He's got a good 401k in Nosgoth, and just really hopes his heirs get it without the government stepping in and taking everything like they always do. Kain sits back, calmly votes Republican. Was this all for an optional puzzle? I think the thing that I keep wanting to tell the game, when I spend time and effort going through something that looks progression-y, but is in fact just a way to get another life piece, is that I'm fine with the I'm fine getting good. That's okay. If you just only give me the puzzles that I need to move forward, I think we're good. Okay, so I am stuck, and I'm gonna look at what I need to do to move forward. Soul Reaver FAQ. Who is... Wow, lady, you're bad at this. Here, I'll show you what running away looks like. It's like this. You go down a corridor, there's an outlet, and you're fine. Oh wow, his sense of urgency just dropped right off. In fact, they're all pretty fine with it. It's just more of a social distancing effort. A little less terror than I thought was gonna keep this relationship bounded. I mean, we all gotta walk the path that makes sense to us, right? Even if that path is a series of circles overlaid on top of each other. Okay, there's snow is not something that's necessary to where I am. Okay, do a search for cathedral. Let's see if that brings me near. Oh, 34 matches. Okay, Tomb of the Seraphan. That is probably where I'm going, because it's after the cathedral. To crush Raziel with his dying body, he fails and Raziel consumes his soul, which allows him to climb certain walls. Apparently, eating his brother's souls is just the equivalent of getting things you can use from the hardware store. The Elder tells Raziel that there is an ancient crime revealed behind the pillars. Reveled? With Zephon's soul, Raziel is now able to go there. Raziel finds the entrance to the tomb of the Seraphan. No! That is exactly what I need to do! You left the part that I needed out. Oh no, now I'm in wiki territory, which is even more bewildering. Apologies, I didn't think that browsing on my phone for an FAQ would be exactly how I spend part of this stream, but having gone pretty deep into one full area that is definitely not where I need to go, I think this might be the best use of time. Okay. Tomb of the Seraphan. Tomb of the Seraphan seems like a pretty big keyword, but this FAQ doesn't even have it. Okay, 3 pipes room, Zephon, wall crawling ability. Okay. Use the warp gate to transport to the pillars. Go to where you fought Kain. After speaking with Ariel, climb the column and walk on the ledge to get. It's in. Oh my god. I passed it like an hour ago. Alright, we're going back to the pillars. Oh, well this is kind of neat. Who lives here? Is it anything? You know what? I am not interested. I was talking with a friend about sort of some of the design questions in this game of basically there's a lot that we loved about it, and there is much that I still do. The things that I loved about it remain the same, and replaying it has not changed that opinion. But the things that that I tolerated about it in the past are a little harder to forgive with time. Even as I find them fascinating, like we had somebody on the stream last time in chat who mentioned there is a bell in the Silence Cathedral that you have just come from an area where ringing bells simultaneously is part of a puzzle to solve, and then you find a bell in the Silence Cathedral that drops an enemy every time you hit it, which clearly to the gamer brain says this is important and a thing to do, but is in fact something left over from a puzzle that they were developing but decided not to finally include. And those are the kinds of things that I find, I genuinely find charming as they are frustrating as a player, to realize that you've spent 30 minutes on something that is not relevant to what you're trying to do with your afternoon. Yeah, and I think the thing that I want to keep an open mind of, I don't like letting frustration determine my opinion on something, whether it's a game element or an experience or anything. I basically think of frustration as a particular kind of information that is only one data point when, you know, trying to come to a conclusion about how I feel about a thing. And it just happens to be a very visceral and physically felt one, so it demands a lot of attention. Yeah, so the question that I have is the things that are frustrating me. Is there something in them that... Is there something interesting there nonetheless that if certain interfering aspects of the design were removed, could nonetheless still be interesting? And I think that's the question that I'm always asking myself when playing an older game. And at the very least, even if it's not telling you anything sort of like that can really be considered, you know, an objective assessment about what is good in game design, at the very least, I do know that control frustration is sort of mid-tier for the things that are most challenging for me, but progression frustration is absolutely at the top, so that is at least a bit of self-knowledge that I have. And it's always useful to kind of, yeah, whatever, dude, I'm just like going straight through there. Peace. It's also good to know that progression frustration is something that, even though it is keenly felt, is not true in the universe, but subjective and located in my experience. So trying to see what the game is beyond that emotion is valuable. Stop that. You know, that's really interesting, Dreambomb. I think you could make a compelling critical case for it on those grounds. And it's also worth considering the context that it's engaged in, right? What is this?
Like a corpse in a shallow grave, corruption rises to the surface. Beyond these pillars, the defiled victim mutely screams its outrage.
You know, the way that I'm encountering this is through a stream, and so there is a little bit of pressure, in self-imposed and otherwise, to expect a certain pace of progression. And that might not be something that I experience as keenly if I were doing it alone. Okay, FAQ, you told me to climb something here. That's it! Well, I now know where the cathedral is, so that is not wasted information. Or the cathedral, the human citadel. Yeah, in the overall long-haul work of figuring out what good, authentic, emotional responses are to things you encounter in life, video games are absolutely an excellent proving ground for what you think you know about your composure. Yes, exactly. And honestly, I'm not really against that. I think that if the purpose of the game, right, if the game concept is about paying close attention to your environment to locate things like that, then I think that that's a fine thing to leave up to the player to discover. It's one of the reasons why I actually did not mind the weird non-subsistence camera in MGS3, the first release, because kind of the theme was seen, right? It's about being immersed in an environment and getting to know it. So having to spend a lot of time in first person, as jank as it could be as an experience, actually fit that, so it supported what it was trying to do. But I don't think that's the idea here in this one, and so that's something that I think the burden could be taken off the player for that, because it's not something the game is doing something interesting with, is my thought. Yeah, one of the subtle things that I liked about, like, I think The Last of Us is the most immediate example that comes to mind, is how they use little pieces of yellow tape and the like to indicate the ledge that you need to go to. And I don't feel like that interfered with my exploration or sense of curiosity about the environment. I didn't feel like it was telling me, now you have a yellow ledge indicator, go, go, go. Yeah, I think so too. Or, I mean, Raziel, in-game, does have at least 2 entities that are aiding him. Excuse me, there's Mobius and also the woman at the pillars. So those are also possible sources you could kind of pick up. You could offload that onto for how he knows those things. But I do think you have a good point that there should be a reason why he particularly knows that. Hello? Oh, this is a gate I saw from a different angle. Cool. Oh, yeah, he does, doesn't he? When you die in Shadow of the Colossus, are you...
The ancient tomb of the Seraphim, once impenetrably sealed, now ravaged by Nosgoth's upheavals, its mysteries lay exposed. In the time of Vorador, centuries before Kain was made, the Seraphim warrior priests waged a merciless war against the vampire tribes of Nosgoth. Emboldened by righteousness, they committed unspeakable and indiscriminate acts of violence, massacring fledglings and ancients alike. They decimated entire bloodlines in mere decades. Now their husks lay here, murderers enshrined.
Man, no one comes off good in this. Hey! Even these humans who are on the bare edge of survival in a vampire apocalypse themselves were genocidal before Kain came along as kind of a strongman to rally the vampires. I actually think that's a pretty cool narrative thing. But yeah, in Shadow of the Colossus, do you, like, I forget, do you respawn or wake up back at the temple, or do you just die and hit continue? It's been a while. Dying is game over? Okay. Is this where I came in? No, but this is what I want. That's what I'm thinking of. Okay, so the little temple-looking thing is what gets me back here when I need to resume. Cool. Can I? That seems like a nut.
A forgotten history lies within. Know thyself. though it may destroy you.
I love how the existential dread of self-knowledge is cranked up to 11. Oh. Let's just take this. And don't come back. Yeah, Eco did have that as a design element, which gave it advantages there.
As I pulled the stone free, a sigh of sepulchral air escaped the inner chamber. I was not prepared for what lay beyond this threshold.
So that's Zephon. That's who I just...
These crypts, defiled caskets of Seraphim saints, bearing my brothers' names and my own.
Oh!
The irony of Kain's blasphemous act rushed in on me with the crushing force of revelation. Were my hands not as bloody as these? Worse, I had spilled the blood of my brothers, these very comrades whose tombs lay ravaged before me.
Yes, Raziel, you were Seraphim, born of the same force that all but destroyed your race. Before the dawn of the Empire, you were chosen. Kain, Nosgoth's solitary self-declared monarch, plundered this tomb and raised you from these crypts. Breathing his vampiric gift into your defiled corpses, he resurrected you as his favored sons.
Ah, so good! The layers of damnation continue to pile on. Formerly a genocidal priest, then resurrected to be one of those whom he persecuted, and losing all memory of that, so that Kain, and also just part of Kain's getting back at humankind by taking their highest revered, protectors and turning them into vampires. It's so good. Oh, man. Yeah, Eco is one of those games where, what? What was that? Maybe a bug. Yeah, Eco was one of those games where it took a lot of ideas that already existed and combined them in ways that were very refined and worked together extremely well. I think Halo 1 did that too. Yeah, the writing is fantastic. Amy Hennig just knocked it out of the park with this. Is there anything... Whoa! Oh, that's so cool! Man, right when you hit that point of frustration with the game, it just comes back and brings something like that to you that just makes you want to stick with it.
shall not pass.
Such loyalty to one who has you guarding this outpost like a chained dog. Do you prosper on the scraps he casts you?
Your insults will do nothing to blunt the agonies of your demise.
Kain killed me once. Behold the result. I have no more to fear from you.
Is this a boss fight? I mean, I'm assuming they don't give voices to grunts, so that makes sense. Cool. I really dig that they gave me that boss so quickly. As much time as I spent trying to find this place, that actually feels like a level in itself. I wonder if I need to get over there with my Soul Reaver intact, if that's the thing that I gotta do.
Infused you with the power to compress and manipulate space. As your symbiotic weapon, the Soul Reaver is also thus enhanced. You may focus and project an orb of kinetic energy to strike objects that are otherwise beyond your reach.
Got a sword gun. Oh, cool. Eric Chahi, would see... That's Another World? Obviously familiar with Another World, but, oh, weird. But not with this developer. Okay, cool. Thank you for letting me know that. I actually did not know that he was still developing. That's fantastic. Cool. So I can also shoot blocks with this too. That's good to know. So that's where I came in. What is over here? Oh, I wonder if this is, Come on, fella. Let's just adjust that spine. There we go. Oh, fantastic. That's really good to know. It makes me very happy to know that he's still working and making things. I will look into that. What platform is Paper Beast on? I'm curious. Okay. So that seems like a path of no return, and I'm actually curious to know what the other stuff here is. So I'm gonna check out that other room before moving on. Oh, cool! PSVR. That means I have a chance of playing it. Rocket. I love that little scream that's in the soundtrack. Oh. Oh, there's water down there, which I can throw you into. Favorite PSVR games? Well, Iron Man VR for one, but I'm biased. I do like the games that let's see, RE7 is way up there. That's excellent. What else? I'm trying to think of things that are uniquely PSVR. I think Moss got a port to Oculus, so... And that's very charming and a lot of fun. Trying to think... Where am I? As far as I know, RE4... Okay, cool. So this is where I went. RE4 is only... RE4, jeez. RE7 is only available in VR on PS4. Yeah, Moss is very good. Moss is very charming. This has all the trappings of something that feels progression-y, but is actually just going to get me a heart piece. I do like Arizona Sunshine is good, so is Beat Saber, but those are, you know, not PSVR exclusive. If I can fly over here. What does this tell me? Oh, I see a block over there. Oh man, I tell you, one of the things that is great about the no hand-holding is I do actually feel quite clever when I figure something out. Oh yeah, Astrobots! Astrobots are really good. It's very charming. I got real strong Nintendo vibes from it in terms of personality and tone. Oh yeah, I think that's one of the things that I really liked about Moss, and something that it proved to me is that fixed camera games, and this is true for Astrobot as well, because it does have a fixed camera, even if it is kind of rolling, kind of on a dolly behind you. But yeah, like that fixed camera games in VR can be quite fun and good looking. I typically do not like. So my love of RE7 might seem to fly in the face of this, but I actually don't like jump scares in VR, so a horror game that uses a third-person perspective like that, I think could be very interesting. Well... I have no idea where I'm going. By which I mean, I know I am going somewhere. I have no idea what it means. Alright, so that's for magic, but I don't have any glyphs, so that seems unnecessary. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Well... Oh, maybe I should have, tried this when I was higher up. Yeah, I was noticing that, when I was fighting those two grunts. Alright, so let's climb the top of that thing, phase into the netherworld, and see if my fortune keeps up. If nothing else, I do still have the, I do still have that one place in the opposite direction where there's kind of a grate. Okay. Up here. Well, the ceiling's higher. That's nice. Oh, bouncing them onto wall spikes sounds great. Oh, hey, cool, you keep it in the spectral realm, too. Swimmy, is this one of the areas that seems like it should be a level, but is just a dead end? Okay. Okay, this is someplace I haven't gone yet. Those guys are nothing now. That's great. Oh, whoa! It's a pretty good jump scare. things inside here. Oh, interesting. It's chilly in here. Okay. Maybe I need to shoot this thing with my projectile in the material realm. Ah. They can hit themselves with their own projectiles. I'm actually curious how you pronounce that. Do you pronounce it projectile or projectile? Seem to be non-committal on it. What? Pardon me, I'm eating here. Tile? Yeah, there's, okay. Now let me see if I can spawn and keep my Soul Reaver so I can shoot that thing. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, I see. If I can get on top of that thing, I can make that jump up to a ledge up top. Oh, wait, I don't need to have my Soul Reaver for this. I can still fire a projectile without it. Go. A boat? This is interesting. Dare I jump down there and risk not being able to get back up? Yes. For a boat, I will do this. Oh, cool. Like the old, resting fish face of Dagon. Oh, cool. So this gives me a ledge up. will be a good thing to activate. And Viper, for some reason, the toll pronunciation of projectile feels kind of regional American to me. I'm not sure if, you know, scrutiny would support that, but there are certain inflections that on things like let's see, what's another one? Like, I think standard pronunciation is like insurance, but a regional pronunciation is insurance, or it's the other way around. Anyway, I know there's a variation on those that, and I wonder if like projectile versus projectile is like that. Oh. All right.
Once a sanctuary against the vampire menace, this abbey has been drowned by the deluge spilling from this wounded land. Your brother Rahab and his brood, devastated even by the feeble rays of Nosgoth's sun, overcame their vulnerability to water and retreated from the surface. Now they haunt these ruins and glide in the darkness of its stagnant depths.
Alright, I did in fact blunder my way to the next temple. So it's Rahab and the boys, is what I'm gonna call them. Okay. Seems like my best bet. Typically not a fan of water temples. I think a water temple where you're not supposed to be in the water kind of redeems it for me. Power walking Raziel. Fish vampires. The Dagon assertion was a joke, but apparently not too far off the mark. Oh wait, I can't throw you in the water. That does nothing. Oh, for God's sake. Enjoy your mortal wounds. Weirdly enough, the organ makes the music here seem a little more cathedral-y. Swimmy, is that because a mistimed or misplaced jump forces you to respawn? Which is the first thing that comes to my mind as a platforming feature that could be aggravating. I like how these guys have different damage sound effects. Kind of very gurgly. Which one, you know, might assume is normal for a water-bound vampire. Oh, interesting. Well, I guess we'll find out. I do seem to recall that getting this, I mean, obviously they're immune to water, so that suggests itself as the Mega Man power that I'm going to kind of gather from Rahab. But do you remember that getting this ability is like the moment where kind of glyph hunting makes the most sense? Alright. Okay. So far, so good. Except I see somebody over there waiting to probably try to knock me off. No! Satan's beard. Okay, here we go. Alright, so that's the one I missed last time. I'm just gonna experiment. See if this changes anything in the spirit realm. Let's try it again. Yeah! Alright! Hopefully there's a place I can respawn over here. Ah, I need to make it in the physical realm to open the door. Wait, or can I phase through? Yeah! What? I need to lose my corporeal form anyway to make it through here. That looks like something I will be able to break with my sword. Since I have a physical form. Raziel has kind of I don't know, kind of like a solid snake level gullibility. I mean, I guess he believes everything every, you know, resurrecting, tentacle-bound time god tells him about his murderous, rampaging past. I mean, I guess he probably doesn't have any other choice, but he does seem to buy it straight off. This is actually kind of neat that this is an area where I do, in fact, need to be in this form to pass through, rather than the spirit world being entirely a punishment for failing a platforming challenge. Can I use this to get up? Not quite. Snap here. This might be something. Okay. Is good. Is that something? Could be. Nope. Oh. Didn't go high enough. Ah, here we go. Good. Let's see what we're at. 9:52. All right, give me a second. I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back. Alright, back. Did a quick scan for a panda. He has taken up residence under the bed, so that is currently where he is. And I could grab him, but scooching and crawling to get to the dead center underneath like a queen-size mattress is not exactly what I'm up to right now. Yeah, he knows we are very willing to find him when there's a snuggin that needs to be done, and so he puts himself in the least convenient place possible. Wait, is this... Are these the platforms that I encountered when I got here? I think this is my... Is this the entrance? Well, let's see what I can do over here. I think this is the entrance. I got turned around. Oh, hey! You, fellow who I could not, get onto those spikes. I'm back, you jerk. And... poke. What is that? Wait, why is there a body here now? Who is this? Did they throw themselves from up top? Well, sorry, buddy. I don't know if that was just like a work accident or what, but I'll leave you to be identified by your next of kin. I should always clip in. That's why you should always clip your carabiner and wear your helmets, folks. Yeah, right. We need to get Snake out here. You know, I'm just gonna see what's down here. Need to get Snake out here in the murder mystery VR missions. Okay, so I'm seeing blocks that I can pull in the physical realm. Clearly, I need to drain this area of water. Actually thinking, depending on where we are, in about 45 minutes, might actually be kind of fun to put in a snake tail before we call it a night. Okay, so anything up here? Nope. I mean, we've killed 2 bosses on this stream, so I think we're making pretty good progress. Pop. That's weird. It looks like it went through the action of the death poke, but did not animate it. Okay, the mechanism to control this... No! Okay. Is it... over here? Okay, I remember that path from before, and now see its purpose. Okay, now we're here again. Alright. Make these jumps. Whoa! Dead aim! Got it. So this is about getting to where I was when I was at that higher ledge over the entrance. Okay, now I'm in water. This is a place. Now, I don't think this is the understructure of the first area that I'm platforming through, but I'm still not 100% sure of that. So, yeah, okay. So, the thing here that is of importance is this thing. And I clearly got to drain this area to get to it. But I'm underwater and cannot respawn here. So I need to find a place that's higher up where I can take physical form and then do something and come back here. Underwater. And I kind of think this brings me back to the entrance. And I think that I just went in a circle, and I'm not 100% sure what this gets me. If this is like a different vantage point on the opening area or what. Because by all rights, this is an area, this is a ledge that I could have access to right from the very start, so there's nothing special or sort of really progression precious about it. Can I make it up there like this? No, I cannot. And I cannot go back because the grate that I went through is like a foot off the ground from where I landed, so I can't go back through that grate. Is that a wall I can fly to? Seems risky, and it is. Swimming, I think I see exactly what you're talking about with the areas you think you can jump to, but in fact cannot. So, yes. Yeah, I guess the question that I have is, like, what does it want me to find here? Because what does it want me to find here? Because I could have accessed this area right from the start. Or, another possibility is that this route backwards, this route back to the start, is intended as a shortcut to get back here, because from here, somewhere in that loop, there is a switch that drains this, and whatever I need to poke to get access to might change something in this area, and they want me just to have quick access to it. So that shortcut might not mean anything for where I am right now, but it might be meaningful once the state is changed with the water gone. Have a great night, Swimmy. Thanks for dropping by. I always appreciate your camaraderie and shared memories of playing through this. It's always good to, you know, when you're playing a game, it's always good to have a fellow traveler who knows the weaknesses of a game's design and also stuck through it. So, okay. New idea that I'm going to test, and I did not, in fact, look this up. So the new idea that I'm going to test is I'm going to go back through the loop. I'm going to be more attentive and mindful and see if... Oh! I think I passed the switch in the spirit realm. I think I know what I need to do. Okay. Oh my god, the murder body is still there. Raziel genuinely puzzled that there is a corpse in this world that he himself did not create. Evening, Space Hamlet, yeah! Still going, and, least opportune positioning for a vampire. Don't just go hanging around spikes on the walls. The kind of theme for the stream is realizing that I do get a sense of accomplishment from figuring things out for myself, but at what cost of inconvenience? You realize that the 20 minutes that you spent trying to solve a puzzle feels so big in the moment, but then after the fact you realize it's just an investment and a sense of accomplishment. What kind of monster would give that to me? And yeah, beyond that, Space Hamlet, let's see, I think I'm gonna, sometime before 11 Pacific Standard Time, I think I might switch over to a Snake Tail or something. It's been a little while since we've had kind of a stinger experience. Okay. Let's see if I can make this jump in the physical realm. I can, in fact. All right. Okay. Is this a switch? I thought there was a switch here. There's not a switch here. Well, now I'm here in the physical realm, which I wasn't before, so maybe this will give us new information. Oh, wow, you've been able to watch somebody go through Dark Souls on their own for the first time. That's really funny. Well, congrats to her for it. I thought there was a switch somewhere around here that... Nope. Oh, come on. How much life do you possibly have? Bop. Okay. No, I will not go in that water until I find something new. Because that is exactly the route that takes me back in a circle, that leads me right to the entrance. Is there anything unique about this column? Maybe these were the things I was thinking about that were unique. Yes, I think of these as aged community swimming pool colors. As somebody who went to a community swimming pool often as a boy. I think it was built in the 70s, and yeah. They've been around for a little while. Are there any blocks to grab that are stuck in the walls? I really do like how even in these areas where you are above and out of water, the lighting still looks like it's being filtered through an overhead layer of water. Oh yeah, no, this place needs a maintenance guy real bad. Just like flush this whole place with chlorine. Okay, I found nothing. very least, I am not going through that grate. Let's see if I can find... Oh, what is this? Is this a place? It might be a place. It is, in fact, a place. Oh yeah, Space Hamlet. We got a great character background reveal. As soon as I kill these weird naked moss creatures, I will tell you about. Yeah, so we found out that there was a previous. Okay, so prior to Kain's ascension as vampire lord and savior, humans had a group called the Seraphim who were pretty darn effective at killing vampires, and it almost brought vampires to the point of extinction. Then Kain showed up as a super strong vampire, and yes, raided their headquarters, went into the crypt of their most revered saints, and then resurrected them without their memory as vampires. So, and that is what Raziel is. So Raziel was once a vampire genociding human, and as a priest of that religious sect, kind of a paladin, and then later became a lieutenant to the head vampire, whose cohorts he was previously extinguishing. Yeah, I know, that's, and the angst. It was rich. Oh my. Whew. Yeah, it's weird. This isn't the cathedral, but I'm actually getting very cathedral-y vibes here. No! Man, I bet that somebody has adapted Nosgoth to a tabletop setting. Seems like the kind of thing that would be a rich candidate for exactly that kind of treatment if they if it were still like an ongoing kind of property. I know they had the online Nosgoth game a little while ago, but I don't know how well that succeeded. Alright. Maybe if I try and do this diagonally, this can work. Just trying to think the best way that I can make these jumps and also land at the natural point of descent without having to try to cancel my fall above it because I can't see where I'm landing. This seems to work. That's kind of that second thing. Yeah. Alright, this is doing it. Alright, there's my goal. And there's a party. I'm done with you. Oh no, I need my Soul Reaver. That is why... This is probably why it gave me those spears right before I started the platforming sequence. Please be enough. It is not enough. Oh, I'm not familiar with Dragon Pass or Hero Quest, unfortunately. Is there a place to spawn here? Or is the real trial to make it all the way across the platforming and also not lose the Soul Reaver? Or can I just use my Force Blast? Okay, well good. It doesn't matter. Yeah. All right. Making good headway. Is there a switch to turn it all off up here? Oh, nifty. I very much do not want to go into the other world and see if there is something I need to find. Okay, this might be where I need to go. Please, please be right. Okay. That is the door that was closed right in front of the spawn point that I had access to when I came through that grate that did not let me go back. Good. Now I see how this is fitting together. Yeah, I know, right? Somewhere in another universe, a cursed soul is ringing a bell in the undead church. And they're making eye contact across that void of different cannons and going, "Brother, I hear you. Please stop ringing that bell." Oh, come on now. Really? Oh, that's right. Does the bell in refresh me, it's been a while. Does the bell in Dark Souls ring when in everybody's game whenever somebody accomplishes that feat? Oh, interesting. Okay, so it's not everybody. They gate it. Raziel, you got butter on the bottom of your feet or something? Maybe that's why you fell into the pit of water. This whole Kain throwing you in business is a mental retcon, and you're just clumsy. Maybe I'm being over precise. Let's just try this without. No, that's if I pull my finger off the control stick after I jump. Okay, seems to work. Alright. Got a method. Whew. Is this the boss? If so, it's kind of cool because I saw him swimming around when I entered.
Raziel.
Rahab, you have adapted well to your environment, for one so maladjusted.
Do not mock me, Raziel. You of all of us should respect the power bestowed by a limitation overcome. Kain said you would come.
You speak with the murderer?
You would do well to mind your blasphemous tongue.
What more did he tell you?
That you would destroy me.
I will indeed. But tell me, before I tear your soul from its moorings, do you know what we were before Kain spawned us?
Human.
Seraphan, Rahab, the antithesis of all we ever believed.
Does it matter? We were lost. He saved us.
Saved us? From what?
From ourselves.
Oh man, that's great. Shares the big revelation. And he doesn't care. Okay. Okay. So he fires his thing a couple of times, and he comes up to take a chomp out of me. Can work with that. I might be my Soul Reaver. It's, now that I have a way to jump back up there. Oh, it's good, good banter. Raziel informs Rahab that, that they used to be Seraphan, the vampire hunters, and expecting Rahab to be as distressed by this information as Raziel is himself, he discovers that he might be the only one who cares. Which is kind of neat. Okay, maybe I need to jump from the back of that one. if I do a full jump from the center. Maybe that's my ticket. Maybe that's my ticket. Got a new method. Why did you do that? Actually, alright, so for future attempts to restore my Reaver, I do not, in fact, need to jump into the water. I'm just going to stand on the pillar where I know the respawn point is and just phase shift there. Alright. Alright. It is a neat room. I like how they use the different phases, the different realms. What? Even if the platforming is a little kind of slippery. Let's address this a little bit. There we go. So I'm kind of hunching. Alright, let's watch what he does. Takes a swipe, and he goes back. Left, then bites. So it goes left, and then I can swing. Left. Swing. What? other possibility, I need to let him shoot those things. So maybe those things on the wall behind me are targets that I need him to shoot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for him to fire, then I'm going to jump to see if that breaks the thing behind me. Did it do anything? In fact, it did not. Yeah, I'm thinking, I mean, they provide me all of these pillars to stand on, and I'm trying to think why they might do that. Because damaging him directly is, I'm just not getting a beat on him. Maybe I have to hit him in the mouth before he fires? Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, Hamlet, most of the fights in this, most of the boss fights in this game are puzzle fights, and I am still unsure what the gimmick to this one is. One would think that it has something to do with these pillars, and maybe I need to hop around a bit in the physical realm to find out. So I would very much like to not have to jump if I don't have to. On the controls end, it's pretty hard to get an accurate bead on it. I've got a method where I can reliably land where I want to on these pillars, but that's also because they have a height difference. And I'm actually jumping the least possible distance I think I can. Okay. It is. Swimmy in chat mentioned that this level has some of his least favorite platforming. And I believe... Oh! Oh my god! You piece of garbage! Worst possible time to be your obnoxious self. Come on. Into the trunk. I don't know about least favorite platforming of all time. As I am narrating my attempts to kind of figure out the best way to solve this problem, skill-wise, It is the kind of platforming experience where you have to pay attention to the controls, and maybe not in the precise way that where it's like intentionally difficult platforming. Actually, it kind of reminds me of some of the more challenging moments in the Uncharted games, ironically enough, because the way that the controls try to be very cinematic in those games and try to create cinematic moments kind of wind up throwing you for a curveball if you're expecting a kind of a tight platforming experience. And I've long felt that it's kind of a design challenge that those games have to present you with a cinematic moment, but also not give you such an unwieldy control moment that you kind of bork it and thereby ruin the cinematic moment. So you kind of wind up having to fight the controls in a way that maybe isn't intended. I am torn on that. Oh, that did something. All right. If I shoot him right when he jumps up. Because that did seem to interrupt his attack. Now I'm curiously unable to stop his projectiles when he fires them at me. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and if you find something and you can kind of give me like a hint in a direction, I'm not going to say no. This is Rahab. R-A-H-A-B. So it does have to do with the windows. Okay, thank you. This probably means I'm gonna have to jump. So what specifically does it have to do with the windows? I feel like experimenting is going to lead me down the path of perfecting a skill for a particular kind of jump that might not actually be something I need. So the breaking them, that makes sense. Okay, answer me the question that I'm dreading most. Do I have to jump between the columns to do it? The force projectile. Well, if that's what I was trying to do there. Let's... Go away and die. No, force projectile is this thing right here. And I thought I was doing that. You can't really control it, it just auto-aims. And, man. My kingdom for some aim assist on these jumps. Combo I have overlooked. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Was this information I received and did not pay attention to? Okay, well I thank you for that. That solves this problem perfectly. So, thank you, Space Hamlet. That's right. And I'm talking like grade school toaster oven fish sticks, the kind that's got the guy and the, you know, yellow sea slicker. That brand? Those fish sticks. Now I kind of want those fish sticks. Oh my god, dude! Like, I am genuinely confused as to, like, I don't know what is reliably producing that extra step. That sends me off the edge. I'm holding down the button that is supposed to be the edge detection walk, and he keeps slipping off anyway. If only I can overcome the challenge that is not actually part of the boss fight. Okay. Got this. All right. Oh, it's reverse controls. All right. Oh my god! Yes, this is PS1, and this is the Dreamcast port. Okay. Okay, just got one more to go. It's maddening. I feel like I'm watching Raziel with the same... Don't you do it! Don't you do it! Look, as I do my cat, when she is clearly about to do it. Oh, thank God. Where else am I missing? Oh, right above me. See you later, fish sticks. That's right. Thank you, Dream Bomb. Wow, that took a long time.
Infused with Rahab's soul, you have overcome your former vulnerability to water's touch. Immersion in water will no longer dissolve your physical body, enabling you to swim to areas heretofore beyond your reach.
Okay. Press A to swim. Nice. Excuse me. Yes, that does. Let's see. No. Oh no. This might introduce a whole new set of problems. Okay. I am going to see if I can unlock...
Beyond the maelstrom of the abyss, a subterranean tunnel leads northward to the clan territory of your brother Dumas. Endowed with Rahab's soul, you may swim to gain entry, where your progress was previously impeded.
Okay. We're saving that. Okay. Let's see. Does this take me directly there? Hey, stop that. Is this place that I can do anything with? Okay, I think that does good for me for Soul Reaver for the night. It's pretty good. We got through 3 bosses, which actually knocks out, I think, easily just under half of Kain's other lieutenants. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the stream, going to load up the PS2, and we're going to do a snake tail. And that's going to be shooting things with a gun that I know how to control. So, yeah, give me 1 second. I'm going to cut it. I'll be right back. Oh.